Hello everyone, this is Carrie Hepburn and I'm going to talk to you guys about your next unit in first grade, the unit on writing reviews. So you'll be doing this third quarter. You'll begin this at the beginning of third quarter. So I'm going to unpack the unit for you. I'm going to give you an overview, give you some ideas on how to get ready, show you how this fits into the bigger learning progression of opinion writing, and go through each of the bends for you so you can see how each bend builds upon one another. So we're first going to start with just a brief overview, just so you are aware that this particular unit is 3 bends long, 18 sessions. So the kids are going to start at the beginning of the unit in bend 1, where they're writing reviews. They'll write reviews about things, collections that they have, things that are very concrete to them, things they know a lot about. Then they're going to move into bend 2, where they start studying mentor texts and look at convincing author techniques, ways that authors persuade their readers towards their point of view. And then finally, they're going to take all that they've learned and apply that into writing a book review. So what I like to do is share with people how what the work you're doing aligns with the greater good, like the importance of you teaching the units as they're intended, because each year builds upon this. So when we think about opinion writing, what we should be thinking about is that it's students do opinion writing like through persuasive essays or literary essays, argumentative essays. They can write editorials or reviews or persuasive speeches. In kindergarten, they start out by making a claim. They develop a public service announcement and make a claim to make a difference. So it might be about how kids need more time in PE because we know exercise is important to life. And then they'll write like a public service announcement around that. First grade, this is what you guys are doing, where you're writing reviews. So they'll make a claim, and then they'll start at the beginning around something very concrete to them, moving into book reviews, which are still concrete, but they'll also give their reasons for their claim. Second grade, it builds upon that, where they're doing book reviews too. They'll make a claim, they have their reasons, and then they need to start adding text evidence in their reasons. So they'll use terms like "for example." So you can see how the work that you're doing is helping support them for next year. Third grade, they move into changing the world. They begin by doing a persuasive speech, where they do big, bold claims. They have their reasons, and they think about their audience as they're providing their reasons and how that looks. And then they move into developing a literary essay, a baby literary essay. And you'll see how that in fourth grade they move into boxes and bullets, where they do structure, opinion, reasons, and evidence. So they don't just add their opinion, the reasons, and the evidence. They need to think about the best type of structure that they're writing their piece in order to get their point across the best. But then the literary essay work that they'll be doing in third grade will help them when they move into writing a mini essay, bringing the history to life in fourth grade. Fifth grade, they'll move into then doing research-based argument essays. So they'll use all of the skills that they've learned above in order to be able to write a strong research-based argument essay. So that's how this unit kind of flows. Your writing reviews will help support the kids later on. All right, so getting ready, you need to think about a few things. You need to have like a variety of paper choices for the students. The more time we spend learning about writing, the more we've learned about how paper choice can help you differentiate instruction for your students. It's like the easiest way. So some students need a bigger picture box and less lines for writing. Some need smaller picture boxes and more lines for writing, and then others just need writing and the lines. And so think about what that's going to look like for you in your class and how you're going to organize that. Give the kids some time to explore and you read some books to them that have strong persuasive voices. You could think about books like Earrings by Judith Forst, Pigeon Books by Mo Willems, and A Pet for Petunia by Paul Schmidt. So these are just a few, Schmid. These are just a few examples of books that have a strong persuasive voice that they could look at. Consider providing opportunities for students to form and use their opinion. So it could be like, if this is your favorite genre of books, go to this side of the room, and if this is your favorite genre of books, go to this side of the room. And so you could then have the kids start thinking about why it's their favorite, some reasons, and on things that they feel comfortable with, or what's the best lunch choice, or which is their favorite special, or what is their favorite way to learn, or maybe their favorite board games. You can just think of ways to start exposing kids to opportunities to think about what their opinion is and why. The best pet. Have them start thinking about how they can defend their thinking too. And doing this just in a non-threatening way prior to starting the unit would be a great way to begin the first couple days back of school. Finally, think about marking up your mentor text or texts. So what I did was I had this book in my possession. Sorry about that glare. The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. And I went through and I marked up the book, and you can see all of the different things that I noticed in this book that I could use as a mentor text. So I could use this to give kids examples in mini lessons or small group lessons or writing conferences. And so how I got these ideas were I looked at the anchor charts in the unit, I looked at the Francis House School District Writing Continuum, and then I even looked at the units of study rubrics that came with our units. And so I wrote all the different ideas up front so that I would know, and then when I flip through the book, you'll notice that I have the page marked up with exactly what the author did in this particular page. So you can flip through my book and see that I have different things that I could use for teaching points for my students labeled. So when I start unpacking a unit, I always start by reading the overview, and then I go through each bend. So like bend 1, down here's bend 2, bend 3, and I write out all of the teaching points so I just have kind of an idea of how the unit progresses. It just helps me personally. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go through this unit and give you an example, or give you an overview of the goals for each of the bends. And what I think is a really good exercise, it's what I like to do, is I mark up, I flag all of the anchor charts with just little flags throughout my book. So you can see, I ran out of different colored Post-its, but you can see how I flagged all of these anchor charts. And this helps me see how the unit progresses, and it helps me understand the teaching points just a little bit better. So maybe as I'm going through the bend goals, you could start marking up your text for you. All right. So let's talk about bend 1. Bend 1 is 7 sessions long. So the goals, this is where you're going to do best in show, and the students will be judging their collections. So they'll bring in collections. You might want to have your own collection as well. So if you like to collect stuffed animals, or you like to collect Disney character ornaments or something, think about that. So the kids will start reviewing their collections and make choices about which one is best. They'll learn how to write a defense for their opinion on why that collection is best, and they'll start getting an introduction as to what writing a review is like. So kind of the structure of writing a review will happen in this bend. Now bend 2 is 6 sessions long. So in Bend 2, and feel free to pause this video or rewatch it, whatever you need to help you get this information down. Bend 2, the kids are going to write review after review. So we're going to move on to getting lots of volume writing when it comes to writing their reviews. So you could put in front of them some really great reviews like restaurant reviews, book reviews, kid-friendly places to visit, places to play, those kind of things. They'll start revising, they'll revise using their checklists, they'll start studying mentor text and adding the things that they notice in the mentor text within their piece. And they'll do claims and opinions followed by reasons and explanations, and they can publish like a review anthology. So they can get together with other people that wrote reviews similar to theirs and create like maybe kid-friendly places to visit reviews in St. Louis, Missouri. So everyone could publish theirs together that has a review like that. So that's going to be a really fun, this is going to be a really fun unit for the kids. They love to give their opinion and they have lots. So finally, you're going to end this unit. Bend 3 is writing persuasive book reviews. So think in this unit, the kids are going to take all that they've learned about writing a review or writing a review, and then move that into writing a book review and how that looks a little bit different, but really still the same. So the kids will take all of that learning from Bend 1 and Bend 2 and apply that to the book review. And your writing celebration, think Reading Rainbow, that the kids will share their book review, and you could make it almost like a fun collection of videos, or they could share them with their buddies. There are a lot of different things you can do, but think about this particular author celebration of a Reading Rainbow celebration. So I hope that helped, and have fun. Thank you.